you want to be a winner, not only have to understand how to win, but to understand how to consistently win.
We're the freaking New York Jets, so we're built for this shit.
That's our brand of football. If you want to be a winner, not only have to understand how to win, but to understand how to consistently win.
We're the freaking New York Jets, so we're built for this shit.
That's our brand of football.
Good morning, Jets fans. It's game day. The New York Jets take on the Baltimore Ravens today in a game with a lot of questions. We're here to provide all the answers. Thank you for being here. It's the Nick Shine Show. You're the awesome chat. Let's get this party started.
It's got me.
Gentry covered in football!
Any day, any night, we all shine, bro. First class shine time, the Nick Shine Show. Anytime on YouTube, if you don't know, the Nick Shine Show, the Nick Shine Show. Dim the lights, but it's still bright as Nick time. Day or night, this is his prime, it's Nick Shine. Proud fan, well defined to get in line. Toe to toe with any show, he only got 9. The best show on YouTube, bro, is easy. We talk Jets all day, please believe me. Subscribe, you just gotta click a family. We not a click in 3D. You can see a beautiful DP. We see through the fake teams and the tea leaves. So we pray for a coach and a QB and hope that we close to the top in the new league. A toast to the host with the most, Nicky.
Who, me?
Any day, any night, we all shine, bro. First class shine time, the Nick Shine Show. Anytime on YouTube, if you don't know, the Nick Shine Show, the Nick Shine Show.
Fantastic.
Hell yeah. Ladies and gentlemen, today the New York Jets take on the Baltimore Ravens in Baltimore. Interesting game. Interesting game. Baltimore's been on a tear. They're not the same team they were in the beginning of the year. Lamar Jackson's back. I'm not overly impressed with this team, but we know that Lamar can go off at any given time. The New York Jets traditionally have trouble stopping running quarterbacks. And I don't know if you're aware of this, Lamar Jackson's a running quarterback. So Quincy Williams back from his injury. McCrary Ball, questionable, should be back. We know he was playing some at linebacker in the beginning of the season. I'm very interested on how they approach this today. You got Derrick Henry. We have our new addition on the offensive line, big boy, number 99. The only thing that I'm holding hope out for today is that this is a game where Breece Hall just dominates. I'm hoping that Taylor can get the ball downfield, back the defense off a little bit, and then you get some good play calling by Engstrand. You open up the run. You start to have complementary football on offense. You have the threat of the pass. And if you can connect a couple of these passes early and you can create and get yards after the catch, then you can open up Breece Hall. Then you can unleash the beast, as we say here in New York Jetland, folks. Yes, Fred, we do. But were you aware that the Baltimore Ravens run the ball less on first and second down than any team in the NFL? That was as of 2 weeks ago when I heard that stat. They had the highest yards per carry at the time on first and second down, but they had the least amount of attempts on first or second down in the NFL a couple weeks ago. So, going to be interesting. I'm sure with the Jets, they're going to try to run the ball. They try to be aggressive, get it down, get with Lamar coming back from the injury and babying him back, put the load on Derrick Henry more, let him carry the workload. You don't want to have Lamar running and getting re-injured in a game that you should be able to win. So I'm very interested to see the Baltimore Ravens game plan against us. Hell yeah, Kyle Clifton. Derrick Henry has a Jawan Briggs problem. I like it. I like it. Good morning, chat. Hit the like button. If you haven't subscribed already, please do so. And today is the day we give away the Armand Membu autograph jersey. I have it sitting right here next to me. Super chats, $5 and up, get you in. Gifted memberships get you in. It's Sunday, it's game day. Gifted memberships are doubled. Gifted memberships doubled both today in the morning show and tonight at 8 o'clock in prime time. So make sure you get your entries in, folks. Great way to support the channel. Appreciate you guys and all of you that do that. Do that. Fred says, then the last time Tyrod started, we were relatively close against a contender. So, yeah. Yeah, Richard, this is from Weed the People. This is from Weed the People. So that's his work. He created that a couple years ago and sent that to me. And I always go back to this every so often. So shout out to Weed the People. Hope he's doing well. But folks, it's game day. A couple other things I want to look at today. Aaron Glenn. How are you going to manage this game? What's your game plan? What's your point of attack? How are you going to counterpunch when Baltimore starts to punch? Are you going to be aggressive? Are you going to send more pressure to Lamar? Are you going to spy Lamar more? Are you going to get to Lamar? How is Will McDonald and Jermaine and company going to be able to get there? Are we going to have to blitz Quincy and Sherwood and maybe Ball? What's the plan? Are we blitzing off the corners? I'm very curious to see how they attack Lamar Jackson as a passer. We know Lamar can be spotty. We know Lamar can throw some interceptions. I'm looking to see, how do we attack this? Can we contain Henry? Are we going to run blitz? Are we going to use bigger bodies? Nobody is better in the NFL than running between the tackles than Derrick Henry. He's also a guy that you don't want to see get out into space. He can go the distance. So I think it's got to be gang tackling. You got to wrap up. You can't throw a shoulder into Derrick Henry and expect to take him to the ground. We never really do well against tight ends. So I'm a little nervous about that today as well. But I think there is a path to a victory. I think there is a path to victory for the Jets. Now we know Kene Nwangu. He's questionable also with the hamstring. He's been impactful when he's out there returning kicks. I think special teams have to play elite. When we do punt, we're going to have to put them back deep into their territory. Hopefully the defense can hold up. You got to score some touchdowns. You got to be able to put the ball downfield. You got to be able to open up Brees Hall. I think this is a game where you get Brees 25 touches, at least 18 to 20 carries, throw him the ball 5 to 7 times, get him the ball in space, and that will open up throwing the ball downfield. That will open up opportunities to attack. Make them commit to stopping Brees and then counterpunch and go downfield. Get that play action pass going. There's a lot of things that we can do well if we can throw the ball. We have speed, even without Garrett Wilson, with Mitchell, with Mechie, with Smith, Brees, Davis, Taylor. We got guys who can catch and run. Hoping to see the ball get there on time and see what this scheme can really do. There, dare I say, Tanner Engstrand legacy game coming in, folks. Dare I say it? No. But I'm looking forward to it. It's game day. Justin Fields is not our quarterback. I think Justin Fields was a pin popping our balloon of hope week after week. If anything, a quarterback change gives you hope renewed, gives you hope restored. There's no more lovable player on a losing team than the backup quarterback. So here we are with our backup quarterback becoming the starter. Now, we know what Taylor is. Taylor will make the throws, he will stay in the pocket, he will take the hits. Let's hope we can catch the ball and get some yards after the catch. Catching the ball would be key. I'm talking to you, AD Mitchell, right to you right now. Catch the fucking ball. Shout out to Mike D's Nuts, who's been on a tremendous winning streak. I know it's not another Darrell Revis helmet, but I appreciate you in the raffle, Mike, for our Armand Membu jersey, which we will be giving away tonight's show. He says, put me in, Nick. Hell yeah. Well, put me in, Nick. No, not like that. No, do not put him in, Nick. Nope, not like that. Definitely not like that. We're not putting you in, Nick. Pause. But thank you, Mike, for the super chat. Good sir. Appreciate you. Also, the great Kyle Clifton is in. I'm super chatter. I gift once in a while, but I need kids to grant me access to their iPads for that. Let's see pony formation today. I agree on tight end problem. Watch for a likely TD, pun intended. Oh, it's very likely he gets a TD. It's very likely. I like what you did there. Very well done. I am not, Tom. Nikki has to work. His boss asked him to work, so we stay committed to that. But I'm home in Jersey, heading to watch the game with him before he's got to go to work later, 4:30. So as much as I would have loved to go to another road game with him, had to stay home. He had off a couple weeks ago for the Cincinnati, and his boss said, "Hey, I need you," because Nikki requested off for next Sunday already because him and his girlfriend and others are going to the Atlanta game. So I'll be there for that, Tom. Maybe we can snuggle in the parking lot. Maybe.
That guy fucked me twice.
Tom Ace. Now, folks, don't forget, since tonight is the night that we are giving away the Armand Membu jersey, when the Jets win, I need you to record yourself and send it to me either on Discord, email, text, however you can get in touch with me doing this. Hopefully, we get to see the big boy dance again. We need an Armand Membu legacy game. We need that game where he's got that moment dancing and celebrating when Cleveland jumped off sides. But I would really love to see Membu just pancaking a still, Baltimore's defense is not the Baltimore defense of years past, but they're always tough. They're always physical. Harbaugh has a type. Harbaugh has a type of team that he likes, and that's the type of team that I want. I want that front seven that intimidates people. I want that front seven that's big, nasty. Yes, I'm a size queen when it comes to defensive front. I want my defensive ends big. I want that 6'4", 6'5", 275 guy. I do. I want big 6'5", 6'6", 330-pound defensive tackles that can throw people around. I want my safeties who can run all over the place. I don't want a safety smaller than 6 foot. I want big players on the defensive side of the ball. I want to be intimidating. I don't want to send out. I guess if you're nickel, even our nickel, Brownlee, is an aggressive, physical player. Offensively, game 11 with the same offensive line starting. I don't recall that happening. It hasn't happened. I don't know. There was a time a couple years ago in 22 and 23 where we were in double digit starters on the offensive line. We very rarely went back to back games with the same starter. And I don't think we had 3 straight games with the same starters in either of those seasons. We were signing guys off of the street and they were starting for us on Sunday. So if there's one good thing out of this season, it's the offensive line, their continuity. And now that you have a quarterback who will throw the ball, I think you're going to see a really good game from this line. I think you're going to see a game where this offensive line can show how valuable they are. Now, whether Taylor leads us to victory or Brees leads us to victory, I think this offensive line will give us opportunities to do some things on offense that we haven't been able to do. With the threat of the ball being thrown downfield, it opens up a screen game. With the threat of the ball being thrown downfield, it backs the safeties off. With the threat of the ball being thrown downfield, the linebackers have to account for that. So I'm looking for Brees Hall and Mason Taylor to have good games for the Jets today. I think that's a great combination. If you get the run game going and then you commit to the run and then a tight end can chip and get out, we see it happen to us all the time. Why? Because we have to commit so hard to stopping the run that we're susceptible to giving up play actions and rollouts to the tight ends because we buy in. You get that run game going, that's when play action becomes successful. That's when the rollouts attack the defense. That's when you put pressure on them. Going 3 and out ain't shit. You can't do anything. You don't get a rhythm. You get that run game going, and now you can have fun as a coordinator. So if you're Angstran, man, yes, you wanted Fields to work. Yes, you game plan for Fields. Now you got to move on. Now let's see what this system can be. Give me a couple games in a row. These next 3 games, give me Taylor for the next 3 games and see where we're at. Do I think we're going to go run the table? No, I really don't. But I fully believe that we can get a true litmus test of what a Tanner Angstrand offense is supposed to look like. You got a good challenge this week in Baltimore. You got Ulbrich coming back next week. There's some, and then you got Miami. So I think overall, you're going to get tested. You should pass some of these tests. If Angstrand sinks right now with the quarterback change, then that's a discussion we can get to. But I firmly believe that the offense will look light years better. Bino is in the raffle for tonight. Don't forget, folks, tonight, the Armand Membu jersey. Good morning, Nicholas. I'm guessing there are massive potato hangovers from the wedding O'Leary. Oh, I got to hear about that. I know Jets Chaos will be at the airport when I'm driving down to the kids for the game. I'll get on the horn with him, and I'll get a report. Maybe get some of those guys to call in later. I'll see if I get Jake to come on. But congratulations to Matt and Taylor O'Leary. Looked like it was a good time. They did a Jet chant. Awesome for them. Young love, folks. Young love. That's how a lot of us will be with Fernando Mendoza. Forgive me. That's how a lot of us will be with Mendoza. Young love. Jets Worldwide. If you haven't already, folks, go over, subscribe to their channel, Snowball and Johnny. Show them some love. Snowball's hoping for a victory today. Not expecting one. Love you, Nick. I love you too, Snowball. And you got to get out to either the Atlanta or the Miami game. And we got to burn another cigar together. So hopefully you make it out. It'd be great to see you. The lovely Leanie gifted a channel membership. Thank you, Leanie. NYJ Dave, 5847, hut hut. That's who it went to. Thank you, Leanie. You're a sweetheart. And I got to say, the best text message that I got yesterday was from the lovely Leanie, sending me the screenshot of Bill Belichick's North Carolina Tar Heel football team losing again to Duke on a fake field goal with the punter tossing it to the kicker and him taking it down to like the 1. I don't know if he got in, but I think Duke scored on the next play. It looked like he got pushed out on the 1 when I saw the highlight, but I saw the highlight without audio. But whenever Bill Belichick loses, it's a win for America. So thank you, Leany. I appreciate you. And you're in for 2 for tonight's raffle with that. Folks, the call link is pinned. I think I pinned it. Did I pin it? I pinned it. So I got some time. I got another half an hour, 45 minutes. We get some callers going. We'll hang out. We'll talk Jets. They're not, Tom. I did. That was the first thing I did, Tom. I went right to Bleacher Report, clicked on the Tar Heels, click schedule. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1 game left. They're out. Hell yeah. Bill Belichick, loser. Lay who? Say her. Love it. Michael says, wearing my Mike Evan White shirt today. That's tremendous. Greg Rallo, stay safe down there, buddy. I know you've been down there. Who knows what's about to happen, but good luck to you, brother. Say a prayer for you today. Mike White shirt. Now, I love that you have the shirt, but I was never a Mike White guy. I got into so many arguments with Jets Chaos, Buffalo Jet fan, Tigo, Gunny, Dom C, Adam, Y2K. And I was like, Mike White is just as bad as Zach Wilson in terms of QBR and winning percentage. He just looks better doing it. And if you haven't heard this analogy, if you're eating Sunday breakfast or brunch, I apologize. I'll give you a couple seconds to stop chewing. Okay. Zach Wilson, as a quarterback, is like having explosive diarrhea while sitting in traffic and there's no store in sight. Mike White is like eating too much fiber and you're about to pass out from trying to push it out. Both different forms of shit, but they're both shit. That's why Mike White never played anywhere else. That's why Zach Wilson will never play anywhere else. Obviously, if injuries take place, Aaron Rodgers is expected to be inactive today versus the Bears. That'd be great. Let the Bears win. Let the Bears win. That'd be tremendous. Hell yeah. Mike These Nuts just sent me the jersey. That's Mike with his D's Nuts jersey on. Hell yeah, Mike. Love it. Thank you for supporting the channel, Mike. As always, appreciate you, pal. Maze taking note for what that. Now, I do have to say this. Boomtown and his wife are at a show on the weekends. So I need everyone to step up and carry their own weight and maybe a little bit of Boomtowns for what did we learn in a little bit. Let's see here. All right, back to Aaron Glenn. Harbaugh's a good coach. Harbaugh's a coach with the Super Bowl. Harbaugh's a coach respected around the league. Harbaugh's a coach who always has his team ready to play. Would love to be able to look back in several years and say these things about Aaron Glenn. Would love Aaron Glenn to get himself where he's respected, where there's not shtick, and you're just about winning football games week after week, and even in January. One thing I hate as a Jet fan that we constantly hear, meaningless wins. I want to get to the point where we're winning meaningful games. I want to get to the point where we are respected around the league. I want to get to the point where we are not a laughing stock. I want to get to the point where pregame shows have hundreds of people because we're excited about the day. I'm a dreamer, I guess. And someone here to tell me if I'm full of shit or not, and I know he will. The great Al Clifton. Good morning, sir.
How you doing?
I'm all right. Well, hold on. I'm not all right. You know why?
Why?
Because if you're in the stadium, I want to be in the stadium with you.
There
I don't want you there alone, pal.
you go.
I want to hang with you again. How's everything?
I'm good, man. I'm good. I think I'm only going to be able to catch the second half of the game. My little girl's got a hoops game at 1, so
You were saying, hopefully, there's still a game.
yeah. I think I'm going to meet up with my brother-in-law afterwards, and we'll probably go take it in. But yeah, I mean, if Mike White is that and Zach is that, what is late career Aaron Rodgers? Is he constipation? Like you think you're going to go somewhere, but you never quite get there.
Oh, no.
got
He's a
limitations.
colostomy bag attached to you that you still have to carry around.
Yeah, I mean, I don't have terribly high hopes today, but like I want to see competitiveness. I want to see an ability to run the ball. I want to see us pushing some people around in the run game. I want to see a couple of. I'd love to see a pick. That's it's time. I mean,
Yeah.
law of averages. You think it'd finally be time to get that.
A tipped pass, for crying out loud. Like,
Yeah.
how many of those have we missed this year? I think at least 3, 4, like a handful.
Right.
There's
That's-
been tip balls that we've been close. The AZ Thomas one where he stepped out of bounds. There was another one where Quincy couldn't find it and it landed like 3 feet away from him.
Yeah, I mean, with having some of these guys back like AZ and healthy, hopefully this is where we start to see that late season rookie growth, or maybe even for some of guys that we've brought in that are second year, like AD Mitchell, like new to the system, but got over the jitters and shows that they can make a couple of plays and can maybe be the third or fourth receiver on the team. That's the hope, right? Like that's what we're grasping at, and it could be grasping at straws, but if we can at least establish some of these guys as depth pieces, John Mechie, is Briggs going to be a rotational guy? We hope so. We think so, right? Then we can go use these picks to go fortify that defensive line, build back up. Maybe we can be back as early as next year, where we're in contention,
Nice.
playing meaningful games in December. That's the dream.
Yeah. And we don't have a lot of guys on the contract long term. So you are auditioning for a role with this team long term. A lot of players are. Garrett Wilson's the only guy, and it doesn't even hit next year. In 2027, he's the only guy with more than $10 million contract right now. So there's a lot of key roles and positions up for grabs with this team. Now, what you mentioned with Mechie and others, that's something we want to see, right? We want to see the passing attack get better. Something in the beginning of the year that was a big topic of discussion was the penalties. We were last in the league in penalties last year, and it's very quickly died down because we're 13th right now. 6.7 a game this year. We've cut our penalties pretty much in half. We've gone from about 12, 13 a game last year. I think it was 11.8 maybe, to this year 6.7. That includes the first 2 weeks that were 12 and 11 and I think 13 or something around there. We had a really, really high number early in the year, and everyone was going nuts about it. So there are some things Aaron Glenn's cleaned up. Now, Tanner Engstrand, it's your turn to step up. It's your turn to use this passing attack, get these guys the ball in space, add some confusion to the play calling, add some misdirection, add some creativity. This is your time to shine. Pun intended.
There you go. You're punting, I'm punting. Listen, I want to bring AVT back.
I know you do. I wouldn't be surprised, but I can't. I can't take a guy with that talent and give him a deal that moves Tippmann or replaces Simpson. Because if you're bringing in AVT, the AVT, the player, deserves to be a starter. He's not a backup in this league.
Right.
He's a starting player. He's a high-end guard. I don't know if I can commit any more money to him. And if I do commit it, what am I doing? Now I'm losing Simpson or I'm losing Titman. And I'm just more in favor of those guys being there long term. I don't want to fuck with Titman's progression. Like, to me, Titman's right guard of the future.
So here's
What would
what I'm
your
going to
plan
say.
be?
Here's what I'm going to say. If we could do it in a way where it's kind of a prove it deal,
Mhm.
maybe a 2-year deal, which is probably something where you guarantee some money out into 27, but it's not a tremendous amount where you wouldn't it wouldn't kill you if you had to cut him
Okay.
right into 27,
All right.
and it gives him a little bit of security, a little bit of bridge, guaranteed money,
Okay.
and you could bring him back. The versatility for that guy is widely underestimated. Like, if Olu goes out for 2 games, you have him. It's something where you'd love to have a guy like that on the roster, even if the injuries have been a problem. I think Simpson should be the odd man out, only because he's the oldest of the guys. I don't know what kind of money he's gonna command, on his 3rd contract, but you could still have the flexibility with the draft picks, with the free agent capital, to bring somebody else in as a starter and still have Titman there at right guard. I would love to be able to bring in a center, a true center. I think that Titman is a little bit big for the position. He's a great football player. He's a passable center. He's a kick-ass guard.
I believe the Alabama center, I was doing a mock the other day, and I was looking at center in round 2.
Is that
And
Parker Brailsford?
6 foot, 295.
Yeah, it's a
So,
little smallish.
yeah. So we got to find someone in between, right? Like, I get it with center. Sometimes having that leverage and being a little smaller might help you, but I know he's a very good player, and he will get taken, but I don't know if he fits what we want to do here.
Yeah, I mean, this isn't a great draft for interior linemen, but maybe what you do is you have also flexibility with Titman. You could roll him back out there at center next year, and then if you have an opportunity in the 2nd or 3rd round, and I think we will ultimately end up with a 3rd round pick this year, maybe you can go out and pick up somebody and bring back a Josh Myers and have them compete.
Yeah. I'm huge. I'm Myers. Myers to me should be the 6th man.
Yeah.
I'd give him 2 years, 12 million. I like him. I think he's very valuable. He showed his value this year before we even got to opening day. Now I know he's rated. I think Peter said he's 32 of 37 ranked centers in the league in a comment in yesterday's show or Friday's show. So he's been not great, but he's shown his value that he can be a spot starter. He cannot be a liability, and I think you keep somebody like that around. They brought him in, they liked him, and I think he deserves to get that multiple year deal, whether it's spot starter, backup. I highly doubt they roll into the next season with him as your starting center.
Right.
With 4 picks early as of now, I'm not shocked if one of those picks is on an interior offensive lineman. If one of those 2s goes that route, I'm not surprised at all.
Right. And if you prioritize AVT and Titman and you use one of those, 12 picks next year on a center and bring him in to compete with Myers, and he has some versatility, all the better. That's my only thing with AVT and the eye on Titman being able to play both guard and center. I appreciate your time as ever, Nick.
I appreciate you for calling, Kyle. Have a great day, man. Good luck to your daughter.
Bye.
Later, pal. Yeah, a player that I really, really loved coming out of the draft a couple years ago was Landon Dickerson from Alabama, because he had that center guard combo possibility. And you see how well he's doing in the NFL. Bino with another super chat. Oregon center is a beast. Yeah, I'm not even going to try to say his name, so I'll just leave the comment there. Lapani Lulu. Lapine Lalulu. Double L is a beast. Nope. Iapani. The center from Oregon, ladies and gentlemen. The center from Oregon. Speaking of Pred, what's up, buddy?
Hello.
How
What's
are you,
what's
sir?
going on with you?
Getting ready for the game, man. Game day. I want to
Yep.
win. Listen,
It's always exciting, even when we're 2-8.
it is, and I want to win. I was saying before, a new quarterback is like hope restored, right? Like a quarterback change gets the crowd energized when you make the change at the game, and call me crazy, call me nuts, call me all the names in the book, but I still want to win. Like I'm a firm believer. We're trading up, and we have all these assets, so I don't give a fuck. I want the quarterback
Mhm.
of the future to come into a better team. I don't want him to come into a 2-15 team and feel the weight of the world on his shoulders to change the course of the Jets. I would rather him come into a 7-10 team, or 6-11, and be like, you know what, a couple more wins go differently, man. And this is a playoff team. I don't want it to
Yeah.
be dire straits for a young kid. I want him to come into a team that looks like it's turned the corner for the most part and just needs better quarterback play.
Now, to be fair, a 2-15 team can theoretically also be that, you know. But
True.
I get what you mean. You always want a young quarterback to come into a team that, he doesn't need to carry so much weight, right?
Yeah.
And that isn't expected to, save everything. I get that. So speaking of the offensive line, I was watching Tulane yesterday, obviously, and Tulane has a 6'4", 300-pound center, probably the best center in the AAC. Obviously, it is a Power Five, a Group of Five conference, but he's part of the best offensive line in the conference, and can certainly be in the discussion. I think. Um,
I can't do it. I can't do it. And here's why. I don't want to roll the dice on a small school offensive lineman. I
that's
want to
fair.
go to the Big Ten. I want to go to the SEC. I want to go to and get players that have dominated against, not just on game day during the practice week, against future NFL players.
That's fair.
How many interior linemen from the AAC are going pro? Now you can scout and you can find a guy who is technically sound and all that, but I don't know. For me, I'd rather go to the guy that's proven it against future NFL talent day after day in the practice week on game days for 3 years. You go
that
to
is fair.
Iowa for your center where you have to be like an all-state wrestler to
Isn't
be the
is
center.
the Iowa center quite old though? I think that's the reason he's going to fall in the draft is because he's quite old.
Yeah, I'm not saying this specific guy, but you
Yeah,
had Linderbaum come from there,
yeah.
all-state wrestling champion as a heavyweight in high school. And, you go to the SEC, you go to Georgia, you go to Alabama, you go to one of these schools that run the ball very well, and they usually have great centers. I don't want to roll the dice and take a small school guy.
It's
That's
entirely
me.
fair.
I don't know if the Jets will do
Um,
that, and other people might, that's where the scouting comes in. And
yeah.
that's where I want to take guys that don't have a lot of questions attached to them. I
Mhm.
want to take the guys that he's done it. We don't have to wonder if he will do it against better competition on a consistent basis. I don't want to wonder will better competition expose him. I want the guy that says, he went against this guy, this guy, this guy, their first round defensive tackles, and he did well against them. How do you do against your contemporaries, right? How do you do it well against the SEC, where all of these guys on defensive lines are probably going to be drafted one day, if not all early?
Now we can also potentially see that in the playoff. Currently, Tulane is with a very good chance to make the playoff. So if that happens and he looks good, then maybe. But overall, my as Kyle Clifton said, I'm not very optimistic. This is a very good Ravens team, even though they've had their struggles this season. Um, you know, Lamar Jackson is always dangerous. You can never count him out.
especially with how we've been with running quarterbacks.
It's rough.
I don't know what
Um,
the numbers are, but I would say Lamar goes for over 50 today,
I, it's hard to argue with that because
even
yeah,
with a
we
bad wheel. I could see him jogging for 45 easy, and maybe have to turn it on at a certain point to get a few more yards.
and they also have Derrick Henry, who is very dangerous, right? And obviously, he's fumbled a lot this season, but the Jets aren't exactly known for falling on fumbles. So, you know,
Yeah,
it's it's I'm not very optimistic. However, the big thing I want out of this game is I want to see this passing attack, right? I want to see how the wide receivers that we brought in do. I want to evaluate them because now hopefully we have a quarterback that will get the ball out. We've seen him get the ball out against Tampa, uh, and he threw the ball a lot. Uh, Admittedly, a lot of it was underneath and short passes, but at least he threw the ball, right? So we can evaluate these guys' hands at least, and hopefully we can throw it down the field a little bit too, so that we can see that big playability,
yeah. I
and
mean,
that hopefully opens up the running game too.
exactly. And when you have the threat of the pass, and listen, Tampa, our offensive line was kind of raw earlier in the year, and I think they're much better now.
I
And in
think I
terms of
think
pass
early on in the
protection,
season it was a unit of individual talent, but they weren't just meshing well together at the time.
yeah, that Tampa game, Taylor got hit a lot.
Yeah.
He got hit often. I expect Angstran to factor that into the game plan today. This is where, when they're sending it, those little dump off passes just over the defensive end to Brees wheeling around. Now you get Brees full steam ahead going upfield, one on one with maybe a linebacker. You know,
That's dangerous,
it is. It is. And
and we need to
I'm
we need to exploit that. We have a guy that can do that.
yeah. And even Davis, just throw a couple wheel routes in, just a little flares, dump it out and over. Now, when you get that going, your linebackers and your safeties have to account for that. And if you can hold up with protection, now you have the ability to hit a big play where you do the sluggo, right? You hit a slant and then a go. And if that safety's flying up, now you
Yeah,
can go over the top.
yeah, absolutely. That's the one big thing. I just hope the offense looks better because defensively we're gonna have trouble containing the run, I think. Um,
Yeah. Well, who knows? Who
who
knows?
knows, right?
We have
But
our new addition on the defensive line. We got Briggs, we got Phillips, JJ's back. Who knows? This will be the game where the Jets do the unthinkable, right? They hold Derrick Henry to that 14 carries, 30 yards.
man, that
Who
would that
knows,
would
man?
be that would be
I'm hoping they
incredible.
do. I'm
That would
hoping
be
that
incredible.
everything just turns the corner.
If we could rewrite some narratives tonight, that would be great, right?
Yeah,
Um,
yes, it would.
and already actually this season we have rewritten some narratives. We are a more disciplined team than last year, than the year before that. You know, we do not get as many idiotic penalties a game. Um, so already that narrative is
Yeah,
being rewritten, which I'm a big
13th in the
fan of.
league. Nobody talks about it because it's a good stat, and everyone wants to shit on the Jets. But we gone from
Which
32nd to 13th in the league in penalties.
which is a good thing. Absolutely, I agree with you. It's something that is underrated, I guess, for us because we're 2-8. But us being a lot more disciplined helps for sure.
Black Gypsy, who is forever taunting me, says, Nick, you're on drugs. Well, Gypsy, just know that if I were to bet, I would say that he gets the 30 yards on his first carry. I'm going to root for them to shut him down, but I'm not realistically thinking that we're going to do it. Ladies and gentlemen, Rick Kent is here. You know what that means. Where did it go? Where did it go? Where did I moved them around the other day?
Welcome, my friends. It's a shine time, shine time. It's time to talk about the Jets. Don't you know it's shine time, shine time, it's shine time. Time to be with my friends. Hey, have you seen my toe?
And I took the comment down just for Rick Kent at the end to see the toe. Rick, Yeah, like 2 weeks ago, Nikki's boss needed him to work. Nikki took off the weekend for Cincinnati, and he requested off next Sunday because him and his girlfriend and some others are going to the Atlanta game. So his boss said, "I need you to work that weekend." And I told him, I was like, "Your boss needs you. You work."
Yep.
So wish we were going, but I got to teach the boy responsibility to. You can't just bail on work. You had your request met, so if the boss
Massive
says he
props.
needs you, he needs you.
Massive props for that.
Yeah. Listen, I want to go. I debated waking up anyway this morning and going, but I was like, I'm not, I don't want to do that alone. And Frank West, who's been on the show, he was going to, and I could have tagged along with him. They were leaving at like 5:30 this morning, but I was just like, you know what? I'll go watch the game with the kids. And you know what broke my heart yesterday? Me and my
Yeah.
daughter went out shopping, and we get to Arrow Pastel, and I'm looking for like shirts for her, right? Like I wanted to get shirts for like me and Nick got matching shirts,
Mhm.
and we got a shirt that's a similar color for her for Thanksgiving, and I joked about it doing it, and Sophia's like, "That would be cool." I was like, "Fuck that, we'll do it then. Let's go. We'll go shopping." And we walk into Arrow Pastel. I'm looking for a shirt for her, and guess what they have there? They have like the old starter jacket pullovers. And for those of you that don't know, my daughter became a Kansas City Chiefs fan in the first year Patrick Mahomes was quarterback because me, her, and Nikki all joined a free ESPN league, and she won the league because that was the year he had what, like 48 touchdowns and like almost 5,000 yards, and she won the league. So she was like maybe 7 or 8, and she's like, I'm going to be a Chiefs fan now because he won. He won me the league. So I had to buy her a Chiefs pullover jacket with like it's like the old starter style with like the pouch pockets in the front, and she looked at me and she's like, "You don't have to get it." I was like, "Fuck that, it's 50% off, we're getting it now." So I was like, "This is
um,
part of your birthday present coming in early though." I go, "Happy birthday, Sophia." Her birthday's December 14th, and she looks at
um,
me and she's like, "I accept this."
another
But
thing
that
that
broke
Carl
my
Clifton
heart.
said, though,
That broke my heart
is
yesterday, but whatever. If she's
yeah,
happy, I'm happy. That's all that matters.
exactly. That's the part of fatherhood.
That's
Oh
part of
yeah.
being a girl dad. Fuck that. The boy, shut up. You're a Jet fan. You can't fucking change shit. Her, all right, sweetheart, whatever you want. I always said for years when they were little that she can do no wrong in my eyes, right? Like if like she burnt the house down, I'd be like, "Oh, it's the match's fault. They lit on their own. Don't worry about it, baby." Nikki looks at me wrong, and I'd be ready to put him through a wall. So like it's complete craziness how you look at the boys, your son and your daughter differently. You love them a lot, but you love them differently. And me and
For
him are
sure.
fighting on Thanksgiving. We're gonna wrestle. He beat me last year on Thanksgiving,
You need that
and
title
and we have
back.
been talking shit, dude. I've been training. I have been training. Like so real quick story. Last year on Thanksgiving, we wrestled. We always wrestled. Like it's been a Shine family tradition back from when my dad, when I was a kid. And it was the first year I couldn't beat him. And I would always let him get me down on my back. Hold on one second. And I take my leg and I would flip him and I roll him. And then I'd get on top, headlock, he'd tap. It's over. I couldn't roll him. And then he was able to pin me. So I'm fighting with my shoulders to get up. We're to the point where my shoulder blades were burning and on fire for like 2 weeks after this. And my sister's sitting there laughing. She goes, "Nikki, you got to let him up. He's turning red." And I'm like, "No, I'm good. Don't not let me up." He goes, "All right, bro." And I'm fighting, I'm fighting, I'm fighting. And then a minute or two later, my mother goes, "Nikki, you got to let him up. He's like blue. He can't breathe." And I had him, like I had his head right here. And I was saying in his ear, like, "If you fucking let me up, I will stab you to death right in front of your grandmother." He goes, "All right, your choice, bro." Legend has it, I may have passed out and lost consciousness for a second, but I get up. I'm doing the whoo. I'm walking around trying to catch my breath. They give me a glass of water. I'm sweating like crazy. And I said to myself, I'm like, I'm going to train my ass off to try to get him next year. And now here we are. It's the week of. And I told him I'm fighting. I'm like, I will make you cry in front of your girlfriend. I'm like, I don't care. Like this is serious for me. I need a comeback victory.
You need that title back.
I do. I do. Sounds like Festivus speaks of strength.
uh,
Oh, Bino, that's sad.
on the very briefly, as
Yeah.
Carl Clifton also said, I want to play meaningful games in December. I want that back.
Yeah.
Uh, you know, I want to be in the mix. I want to be in the hunt. You know what I mean?
Yes.
You know?
It would be great to be on that graphic again. Or as division leader.
Exactly.
Can you imagine the joy of being a division leader at like
Oh,
7-3 as like November hits? So like, I've
man,
always
that
said like for years since like the internet came around and like mock drafts and all that shit. My birthday's mid-October. And there's so many years where I'm studying draft picks and it's not even my birthday yet. Like I would love to get to Christmas and not give a fuck about who the players are coming out or looking at
exactly.
Tankathon, right? Like we shouldn't have to look at Tankathon for 14 weeks of the NFL season. It
Yep.
would be great to not give a shit and just say, hey, wherever we lose in the playoffs is where we're going to pick. It's to be determined. That would be great.
That would be awesome, man. And
Are my expectations too high?
no, look, for a team that has missed the playoffs 15 years, you know, it's great that, you know, Jets fans still have, you know, some standards, right? We still
Yeah.
want a team to, you know, go to the playoffs, right? Um and you know, honestly, as you said, I want to be on that graphic, you know what I mean? Like
How about
I
with
w-
this? How about with a letter next to it?
X
X, clinch division, or Y, clinch first round bye. Z,
that would be
clinch best
great.
record in the conference. I think it goes.
That would be great, honestly, because you know
Well, now there
that
is no
first,
Y, right? Because only one team gets a bye. There used to be two
yeah.
teams getting a bye.
But there's you know, what what I would love is that first division title. You know, after 15 years. In fact, no, it's been longer. But I would love a division title. You know what I mean? Make up the gap on the teams that
In
aren't even in
23,
the division anymore.
2002.
Yep, 2002.
Yeah.
God. So you know, I would love the Jets to come out and win the division title and shock the Bills and the Patriots. Have the Patriots at third. That would be amazing. You know what I mean?
It really would.
When is the last time the Jets swept the Patriots?
Swept the Patriots? Jesus
Yep.
Christ. I don't know. I don't know.
Yeah.
I would probably guess 98.
God. That's horrible.
I would guess 98. Because we didn't do it during the Brady years.
Nope. But that's one thing I would love. I would love for us to
1998.
sweep. I would love us to sweep the Patriots.
We lost the first two games to the Niners and Ravens. We lost to the Rams, and we lost to the Colts. So we did sweep them in 98. I challenge anyone to find a different season, but 98 is what I
God.
got.
That's closing in on 3 decades ago now.
Yeah. We need more.
I want to be on a winning streak against the Patriots.
We used to do that, believe it or not. We had
Yeah.
won 8 straight against the Dolphins. No, in 2002, when we won the division, the Patriots, we lost 44. I just went over this the other day. We lost 44-7 to them in week 2. And then we went to Pennington, and then later in the year, we beat them 30-17.
But I want a winning streak against the Patriots. You know what I mean?
The fuck was that?
I'm unsure, but it wasn't a gunshot. It was not a gunshot. I think somebody's fucking up their engine or something. But yeah, no.
With what? A gun?
But yeah, no. I would love to have a winning streak against the Patriots. I hate the Patriots. I want to sweep the Patriots.
Also, all right, I agree. But you can tell that you've been a man of service because you're hearing these things pop off and you have absolutely zero reaction. And I'm in another country and a little bit of pee came out. Stack chiming in, not a gunshot.
Not a gunshot. No.
May
Gunshots
says the
sound
Russians
different.
are invading.
The Russians wouldn't come here if they invaded. Such a shitty little place. But
Well, Fred, I appreciate
yeah,
you calling in, bro. Have a great
absolutely.
day or have a
Go
great night.
Jets.
Enjoy the game. And if you're still up later, call in tonight.
Hopefully doing the Membu.
That dude.
To the Membo.
Now, here's a guy who has been on a mission. He's supposed to ask one of the college ladies this question.
Show me your butthole.
Have you done it yet?
No. Can you
Come
guys hear
on,
me?
Max. It's a guarantee. Work.
Can you guys hear me?
We hear you.
Oh
pal.
man, let's talk about this Jets game. So
Let's do
I
it.
think we're gonna lose to the Ravens. I think we're gonna lose to the Ravens, but I think it's gonna be a very competitive game. I was watching the game last week on Red Zone. Oh my God, the Ravens did not look good against the Browns. So I think it's gonna be a very close game. You know, Tyrod's gonna be way better with John Mechie, and yeah, he's gonna be better. I think Tyrod's gonna play a lot better than Justin Fields. You know, Justin Fields is just unplayable. He is horrible, guys. You know, Tyrod. The passing tag, I think it's going to open up way more with John Mechie and Adai Mitchell. Like, I think John Mechie's going to get another touchdown, and then maybe Adai Mitchell could finally get a catch since Tyrod's actually better than Justin Fields. And then for the Falcons game, I think the Jets are going to beat the Falcons. That's just my thoughts on it. What's your thoughts on that, Nick?
I want to win every game, Max. I do. I want to win every game. Like, I know we're not going to, but I think I see winnable games coming down the end here. I don't think we're going to be a doormat. I think this team is going to rally. I really do. I don't know. I could be wrong. Like, don't get me wrong. I'm going to root for the team to win until reality hits that they're not going to win. And then I'm not going to get angry or upset about it because there is a benefit to losing, but I'm not going to root for losing, you know?
I'm not rooting for losing either. I'm just saying like the next couple games are winnable. Like the Falcons game is winnable. The Dolphins game I think is winnable. The Dolphins just haven't looked good. The Falcons are horrible. Their defense is terrible. Michael Penix is out for the season. And then the Jaguars, granted, they had a good game against the Chargers last week, but I don't know. I feel like since the Chiefs game, the Jaguars have not been been that good. I don't know if it could just be me, Nick, but I think we could beat the Jaguars in Florida. Then the Saints look horrible. So I think there is some wins, but I'm like bringing up to the last point. It would be nice to win the division, but I just think it's unrealistic. You know, I think we're out of the playoffs already. We're like 2-8. There's like a ton of other teams. Like there'll be like 5 million scenarios in order to even make the playoffs, but I highly doubt we're even making it at this point.
I can't talk playoffs. I'm just trying to be a respectable football team from here on out.
I agree with you on that.
I want to be a team that competes.
Hopefully hit the quarterback next draft. I mean, I don't want to talk about the draft right now, but if we get Mendoza, that'd be good. You might turn around this team.
All right. Give me a final prediction, Max.
I think the Jets are going to lose, but it's going to be a very competitive game. Give me the Ravens 23-16. I think the Ravens are going to be close.
Okay. All right. Well, look forward to hearing from you tonight. We'll be on at 8 o'clock tonight. All right, pal?
Sounds good.
Have a good day, man. Enjoy.
Sounds good.
Max down at Rowan University. Used to be Glassboro State. Folks, hit the like button if you haven't already. Subscribe to the channel. We got a couple new subscribers during this program today. Appreciate you. Welcome. Hope you come back for more shows in the future. Don't forget, folks, tonight we are raffling off the Armand Membu autographed jersey. It is Sunday. It is shine time. All raffle entries today are doubled. If the Jets win, we will triple them tonight before we spin the wheel at the end of the show. So get your raffle entries in. You know what? Fuck it. Here's what we'll do. Oh, I gotta change that. Change that. There we go. I gotta re-enter the info. Son of a bitch. I will gift 5 tonight. I don't have my wallet on me. It's in my bag. And since I gifted 2 the other day back to back on Jake's show, YouTube flags it, and I got to re-enter the card info to use it. But I will gift 5. Oh, fuck it. Here's what we'll do. Black Gypsy says, I would like that jersey. And he gifted one that went to J-Boy, $13.95. J-Boy, $13.95. Thank you, Gypsy. And I'm looking for a video to play. This is for Rick Ken, if Rick Ken is still here. Oh, hold on. God bless America. I got the veteran sweater on.
I'll stay in my crib by the light, and so bright as the twilight's last evening.
Like a goddamn ninja flew across the room. All right, folks. I got a few more minutes. If anyone wants to call in, feel free. All right, let's. Oh, 5, 6, 8. No, not this one. All right. One more video. I'll be right back.
Hey, all you shiners, it's time for something cool. I'm here to do my part. I'll drop a stinky fart. No chicken soup for you. I'm gonna eat it up. And then I'll do a show and talk about the Green Hornet. I got a new laptop. You know it doesn't suck. I'll need to keep it down when I'm making too much noise. My mom will pull the plug and Dennis smack my ass. And that will surely blow. Hey, fuckers, it's time for the Nick Shine Show.
Thank you, Mr. Gorman. Thank you, Gator. Thank you. Oh, that's why I'm not on my Nick Shine account. All right. I'm on the Nick Shine account, not the Nick Shine Show account. When the fuck did that switch? Interesting. All right. So the 5 channel memberships that Nick Shine gifted went to Planet for Us. Max is NY Jets. Bino, who's here. Dana Russell and J-Lag. Mike says, Team Tank, get our QB in the top 3 of draft. Utilize our draft capital to get wide receiver 2, linebacker, D tackle, free safety, strong safety, depth players. Turn this shit around next year. Mike, I like it. Listen, if we don't have to trade up for the quarterback, we're in a very good situation. That's key. However, I believe they got this capital so that they don't have to be left out of the party. All right. We got some more action going on. Kevin Tattoos gifted 5. Thank you, sir. And went to Phantom JoJo Townsell, who I met, ironically, in Miami. And I'm just standing there, and I feel someone like pat me. Goes, "Hey, Nick Shine." I go, "Yo, what's up?" He's like, "JoJo Townsell." I'm like, "Oh shit!" I'm like, "What's going on?" I'm like, "Where are you sitting?" He goes, "Nah, we're going home." It's like mid third quarter, later third quarter, I think. I shot out to the bathroom, so shout out to JoJo. Big Islander fan, Jack 33 and Kobayashi Maru 22. Thank you, sir. Kevin, I appreciate you. And while that was going on, Metro Funny shot me a Venmo. So here's what I'm going to do. I don't know why this account is on here. Switch accounts. We'll go here. Good. Sorry. Seems like you've entered an episode of Old Man Interneting. Bum, bum. All right. And now I will do Metros from the different Nick Shine account. So I remember when I enter them on the wheel later that those are for him. So these 5 are for Metro. Thank you, Metro. They went to Spencer Green. The champ is here. The champ is here. Mr. Bonesy, FPS Trooper, Matthew Durand, and Dustin Halo. Thank you, sir. I appreciate you, Metro. Thank you. Thank you, Kevin. Thank you, everybody, for contributing to the show today. Make sure you hit the like button again if you haven't already, folks. It's easy. It's free to do. Supports the channel. Helps it get out there in the algorithm with people who watch similar shows to you and helps recommend it to them. And, ladies and gentlemen, stand tall, stand proud, and collapse. The legend, Rick Kent. He has gifted 5. His 5 went to Reams, Tony Alexio. That ship sailed. Another Dino, and Ralphie Rocks. Thank you, Mr. Rick Kent. I appreciate you, my good friend. Thank you, everybody. And Rick, at least I didn't gift that loser Spencer. So Rick was sitting in the woods lurking, and as soon as he saw Spencer get it, he said, "I'm safe. It won't go to him." Click. Well, you can blame me, Rick. You can blame me. The one I gifted went to Spencer through Metro, but we'll blame me. We'll blame me. Timing is everything in life. Jojo says, I see a close game today. Lamar's been having injury issues this season and not playing great. I mean, call me fucking crazy, which you guys do. I just think this is a game where our offensive line and Brees, now that maybe I'm being overly optimistic or insane, as Black Gypsy's probably typing right now, but I think with the threat of a pass, this could be a game where Brees Hall has one of those massive Brees Hall games. And hopefully it's good enough to keep us in late. Be in the game late. Be in the game late with the best kicker in football, because if you haven't missed a kick, you are the best. If you're perfect, there's no one better than you if you're perfect. And see where the chips fall. But, folks, I told you earlier that everything's shifted. Everything's shifting.
Now let's go to What Did We Learn Today, courtesy of Nick Shine.
I told you Mr. Boomtown was unavailable today. Him and his wife are at a show convention that they do for work. So, folks, drop in the chat, what did you learn today? I learned that Jets fans are awesome. And even when I relearned it, was reminded of it, but I'm going to put it as my what did we learn? We're 2-8, and you guys show up nonstop to Jet shows and support them. And I'm very grateful for all of you who choose this channel to come in and be a part of your life. You guys are tremendous, and you don't know how much you do for me and my mental with getting through season like this. I learned that Nick seems to think I like a butchering of the national anthem. Well, I played the other one for you, and then I was like, I just played that, and then I maybe spoke too soon. But I will go out with the one that you like.
Yeah, no, I'm staying right here.
Oh, look at my eye! Oh, look at my eye!
You're ridiculous. What the fuck? What the? Look at that! He's laughing.
I like that one. That's not for you, but I haven't played that one in a minute. Black Gypsy, I learned that Shine takes the best drugs on game day. I'm jealous. Shine is drug free, Gypsy. Hey Siri, how many days ago was March 10th, 2023? 989 days drug free, Gypsy. Oh, we're coming up on 1,000 days. Ooh. Fred, I learned Nick Shine really needs his title back. Bonus, Nick was heartbroken to buy his daughter a Chiefs jacket. Yes. Yes, it's true. Leanie, I learned Nick is quick, like the Roadrunner. Meep, meep. Michael just announced Aaron Rodgers isn't playing today, just reported on NFL Gameday. Yes, I had that a little while ago. Schefter tweeted he was expected to be inactive. Josh Jacobs is out also with the knee contusion. That came in. Thank you, Gypsy. Thank you, everyone. Appreciate you guys. Rick. Right, yeah, I told the story earlier. We were shopping and we went into Arrow Pastel and they had the old starter jacket pullovers and they had a Chiefs one. And yeah. Sophia's happy, I'm happy. That's all that matters. Things we do for our daughters. She doesn't like jackets, but she's like, oh, I'll wear that one. I'm like, all right, baby. And it was 50% off, so I'm a sucker for a deal. Havmo? It was 50% off. You commented right at the perfect time. Rick, the first year Mahomes was quarterback in the NFL, me, Sophia, and Nikki we all got in the same free ESPN fantasy league, and she ended up with Mahomes. And he had 48 touchdowns, almost 5,000 yards, and she ran away with the league. And she goes to me, Daddy, I'm gonna like the Chiefs from now on because he won me a fantasy league. My heart broke, but she doesn't have to suffer. And Nikki ever said that, I'd fight him to the death. I'd lose, but at least I wouldn't have to be alive watching him root for another team. Ladies and gentlemen, I thank you all for supporting the show. Hit the like button if you haven't already. yeah, that's it. She tasted victory with Mahomes in a fantasy league and was like, yeah, I'm going to try this in real life. And it paid off. It paid off. So whatever. We have fun with it. I keep teasing her. I was like, what if it's the Jets and the Chiefs in the playoffs? She's like, Chiefs. I go, what if it's the Jets in the playoffs and the Chiefs aren't? She goes, that'll never happen. And then I said to her last night after she tried the jacket on, I go, what about when Mahomes retires and Mendoza's the best quarterback in football? Can I get you back to the Chiefs? She's like, if you're alive, we'll talk about it, pal. And I'm like, all right, perfect. I learned that Zach Wilson is explosive diarrhea, Mike White is constipation, and Rodgers is a coloscopy bag. All of our QBs are phases of shit. That's it. And all right, now we have to put Justin Fields into this analogy. Justin Fields, since he holds the ball so long in the pocket, is a shit that you have to take, but you're waiting till you get home and you hold it all day long. There are people like that. They only poop on their home turf. But ladies and gentlemen, we'll see you tonight, 8 o'clock, the Nick Shine Show. God bless. Happy Lord's Day to everyone. Have fun. Be safe. And hopefully, it's Victory Sunday tonight. Enjoy. I know.
Who the fuck starts a conversation like that? I just sat down.
And if you love the DP,
that guy fucked me twice.
Alan, children around.
It's got me.
Gentry covered in football. Any day, any night, we all shine, bro. First class shine time, the Nick Shine Show. Anytime on YouTube if you don't know. The Nick Shine Show. The Nick Shine Show. Dim the lights, but it's still bright as Nick time. Day or night, this is his promise, Nick shine. Proud fan, well defined, so get in line. Toe to toe with any show, he only got 9. The best show on YouTube, bro, is easy. We talk Jets all day, please believe me. Subscribe, you just gotta click a family. We not a click in 3D. You can see a beautiful DP. We see through the fake teams and the tea leaves. So we pray for a coach and a QB and hope that we close to the top in the new league. A toast to the host with the most, Nicky. Who, me? Any day, any night, we all shine, bro. First class shine time, the Nick Shine Show. Anytime on YouTube, if you don't know, the Nick Shine Show, the Nick Shine Show.
Fantastic.
Raise your hand if you forgot to click end stream.